All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this wonderful Wednesday, early morning, or I guess late night if you're still here on the West Coast with myself. I took a little nap earlier and I got up and I just felt the need to do this show because there's a lot going on. And I want to talk about it. I want to share some information that's probably going to help a lot of other people out here. So you're going to want to stick around for that. But before we get to this show, let me first of all make sure, as always, that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that it is rolling well. Should be popping up there any second, and it just did. And let me also make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. There it is, and let me do a sound check. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here today on this wonderful Wednesday early morning. All is rolling well. Like I said, it is Wednesday, June 19th, 2024. If you're here live, if you're watching this down the road, later today or down the road on the replay, there's going to be tremendous replay value regarding this stream because I'm going to be discussing a topic that many people have dealt with, and that is copyright infringement versus content theft. I've also got some other community news to discuss, which I'm going to more so primarily focus on that during the second part of this show. The show is going to be two parts. So let's just get right to it here. And there's just a lot to say. The title of this show is Copyright Infringement versus Content Theft plus More Fake Instigated Drama. One more time. The title is Copyright Infringement versus Content Theft plus More Fake Instigated Drama. Lately I've been doing a lot of research regarding copyright infringement, content theft. What are my rights to protect my content from people that are infringing upon it or stealing it altogether? And initially, I thought that content theft and copyright infringement were the exact same thing, but I've learned recently that they're not. Now, they are similar in nature, but they are not the same thing. And today on this show, I'm going to share with you folks what the difference is and how it affects your rights to protect your content. Now, I've been dealing with copyright issues and content theft issues out here on the YouTube platform with many people. Now, there's primarily one person out here that has used more of my content than anyone else. There's no secret. We're going to talk about him because many people here in my community know who he is. His name is Jamie. I've known him for 6 years. And this is something he's been doing to me, stealing my content for 6 years. He's also done this to many other people. And he tries to claim it's fair use, but the amounts of my content and other people's content that he uses is not fair use. And the way that he's using it is, in my opinion, now more so considered content theft than even copyright infringement. There is copyright infringement involved, but this is more so a content theft situation. I'm going to use him as an example. And then during the second part of the show, I'm going to be sharing some things regarding, unfortunately, Jamie and his Legion group. They've started the rebroadcast once again. They're trying to claim that I didn't keep my end of the bargain. There was never really any bargain or anything like that. And I don't make deals with people like you, Jamie, because, your deals are never meant to work out. They're just a part of your content strategy. They're a part of your fake instigated drama strategy. You do what you want to do whenever you feel like doing it, whatever you feel or think is going to make you money at whoever's expense it comes at. You just go for it. And you did that again to me yesterday on my Walking with Purpose stream. All right, whatever. But I want to start off by talking about what Jamie said on that stream. Now, he did put it to private. He did remove it because he doesn't want to get taken down for copyright. But I was able to hear some parts of it. I did go into his chat under my YouTube premium account. That was me. And, I did state, here you go again. You're starting up again. And, I'm going to file copyright. And Jamie basically threatened to sue me. And let's talk about that, okay? Many people keep threatening to sue me on this platform. These are people that I do not instigate, I don't talk about unless they're talking about me. If they're using my content in ways beyond fair use, or they're saying slanderous or defamatory things about me, I'm going to talk about them. Hammer Time Funk morning. Good morning to you. Are you new here? Welcome to the channel. 1.41K subscribers. Oh, wonderful. How'd you find out about the channel? Just curious to know. Thank you so much for being here. To remind you and everyone else, there is a 1-minute delay between what I say and what goes out to the chat. So if you ask me something, it's going to take about an extra minute for it to get to you live in the chat compared to when I actually say it. But thank you so much for being here. You seem like a legitimate channel. I'm just curious to know how you found out about the channel. And welcome. So Jamie threatened to sue me. And, him and I have gone back and forth throughout the years, threatening to sue each other. It has never, ever been my intention to sue him or anyone. All I've ever wanted is for people to stop using my content, stop stealing my content. If you want to do fair use reaction videos using small clips known as, small excerpts, less than 5% of the original piece of content. Again, for example, 5% would be 3 minutes on a 60-minute video, 6 minutes on a 2-hour video, right? Okay. And do your reactions, and that's no problem. Do your commentary, do your fair use commentary, and be reasonable with your reactions. Don't do it just to try to slander or defame someone, and you're going to have no problems with me. But that's not what Jamie's done and other people have done. They've rebroadcasted my entire live streams while I'm live, stealing people from my audience, and even people that are blocked here, should be a part of my audience if they want to watch my content. And regardless of how much money I make, that's not the point. The point of the matter is when there's more than one place to view my content while it's live, it basically tells the YouTube algorithm that there are 2 different streams, and people have the choice of where to go, and it creates a massive mess. It creates a distraction. It creates a lot of confusion that affects my business and my brand. But yeah, I didn't hear the whole thing. I heard very little, but I did hear you, Jamie, say that you're thinking of suing me or considering suing me for what, slander, defamation of character, or anything like that. That's cool. That's cool. I don't have a problem if you sue me. You can sue me if you'd like. Feel free to serve me anytime. But I'm not going to sue you. I'm just letting you know right now, flat out, I'm not going real life on you. I'm not going to go real life on anyone. I'm not going to be known as the creator that can't keep it on YouTube and handle it here respectfully, professionally, and maturely. But if you want to go real life on me and you want to sue me for whatever slander, defamation of character, or whatever, that's all good. But if you do sue me, you're going to force me to defend myself. And as part of the show today, I'm going to share with you what my defense would be should you choose to sue me for whatever in a civil court. Okay? And yes, you would probably sue me in the state where you're at. And trust me, I would, file for remote appearance. I've got Don to take care of, and that would be no problem. I'd appear remotely. So I'm not concerned about having to fly over 2,000 miles and blah, 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 whatever, right? If I did, I would find a way to get out there, but I'm more than sure that I'd be able to appear remotely. I'm just trying to basically put everything out there that I feel you're going to try to respond with. And I really don't care. I'm just responding because people are getting confused again. And my audience does know about you, and sometimes they will, tune in to see what you're saying and doing, and they're concerned about me, so I'm going to clear it up for them. That's all I'm doing, is clearing it up for them, okay? So again, yeah, if you decide to sue me, you're going to force me to defend myself, and I will, and I'm going to share with you what my defense is going to be. I'm going to come out here and just say it. It's a part of the copyright infringement versus content theft difference. So let's go ahead and do this, okay? Don just got up. Okay, all good. Let's go ahead and switch on over to the browser source. Pay attention, everyone, because this is going to be a great lesson learned here, okay? Now, let me turn off the chat here just for a second, okay? Look at the title there. Copyright infringement versus theft. How to tell them apart. One more time. Copyright infringement versus theft. How to tell them apart. Let me turn the chat back on. This is from the copyrighted website. This is a blog that was updated on March 11th, 2024, just a few months ago. So this is very, very recently updated, okay? Everyone pay very close attention because there's a huge difference between copyright infringement versus content theft, okay? Or theft in general, okay? As creators, keeping your creation safe is as important as creating fresh and engaging content for your audience, and understanding the differences between theft and copyright infringement lays the foundation for effective protection. I've been struggling with this for the last 6 years. And no matter what anyone says, I'm entitled to my opinions. I feel this has cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in potential revenue I would have made by being able to grow a bigger audience that has been affected from growing because of the amount of people that have been rebroadcasting my entire live streams and using large portions or complete re-uploads of my content. Both offenses involve the unauthorized use or acquisition of intellectual property, yet they follow distinct legal paths and carry unique consequences. Yeah, copyright infringement and content theft are two different things. Okay. Someone can unknowingly, infringe upon your copyright. But typically content theft is someone that is knowingly infringing upon either your copyright or is basically stealing your content altogether. This article explores the distinctions between these two concepts with a focus on prevention, legal repercussions, and the proactive measures necessary to secure digital creations. Yeah. So we're going to, talk about it here. I'm going to share my thoughts on what the differences are between the two. Let's first start off by the key takeaways of this article here. Key takeaways, okay? Give me a second here. Theft, in the context of intellectual property, involves the unauthorized taking or use of someone else's work, intending to deprive the owner of its benefits. Now, that's exactly what I feel you're doing, Jamie. And you're going to say, prove it. I'm doing it all under fair use. That's what you're going to say. That's what you have to say, despite what the truth is. Your only case here is going to be stating that everything I've done is under fair use. But what you don't understand is that the quantity, the amounts of my content you've used constantly, even if you've done commentary on it, it has affected my business and my brand and my ability to grow on this platform. But again, he's going to claim fair use. That's his defense against if he sues me against my countersuit, that's what his defense is going to be, completely fair use. Okay. Well, he's going to say it's completely fair use, but it isn't. Okay. And it has deprived me of my benefits of growing. And because it's deprived me of growth, that's deprived me of potential income I would have earned. And you can sue someone in court for potential income. The next key takeaway, copyright infringement often involves civil law, while theft involves property and criminal laws. Okay? So copyright infringement is a civil case, and content theft is more so a criminal case. Okay? Key takeaways, using watermarks, secure platforms, and transparent copyright policies can help prevent unauthorized access in the digital domain. Well, I'm in progress of taking care of that and working on some watermarks and other aspects that will protect my content. But that's a good thing there. It's a very good thing there. Okay. I'm not going to read the table of contents. I'm just going to go through it there. Copyright infringement versus theft. What are the differences? Okay. Tia with the $10 super chat. Wow. Well, you didn't desert. You never, Tia. You're wow. Thank you. That wasn't necessary. Hey, I was in the hospital with no phone. I didn't desert you. Hope you and Don are well. Tia, you could have said that without sending a super chat. You've done so much. Are you okay? Are you doing okay, Tia? To remind you, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. I hope you're okay. I don't like hearing people being in the hospital, but I hope you are okay, or whoever you were visiting in the hospital. If it wasn't you being in there for yourself, I hope everyone's okay. And yeah, Don and I are doing great. The members only live was fantastic. We were only going to be on for like an hour or an hour and 15 minutes, but we were on for an hour and 40 minutes. And we're going to do another one this Sunday. So, but wow, thank you. Again, reminder, a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. But wow, Tia, thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you and your family and everyone you care for. She says, good morning, all. Man. Got a very interesting show here this morning, Tia, in spite of some some new events that I knew were going to come regardless. The whole thing's become rather comical now. But let's continue here. Understanding the difference between theft and copyright infringement is essential for creators protecting their works in the digital world. Yeah. So let's talk about what that difference is. Okay. While both involved the unauthorized use of intellectual property, theft typically refers to the unlawful taking of physical or digital possessions aiming to deprive the owner of their benefits. And that's exactly what you're doing, James. you have said it many times. Like, your intention initially was to get me off of YouTube. Your intention was to make people aware that I'm a horrible life coach, that I'm harming people. You've accused me of attacking the disabled people when I've never done that, right? So everything that you've done with my content, has been aimed to deprive me of my benefits of monetizing my own content. That's the truth of the matter. Well, prove it, Eli, prove it. Well, there are many videos that I've downloaded that I have where you've done that. It's going to be very easy to prove that, but I hope I don't have to prove that, because I don't plan on ever suing you. But if you sue me, like you said in your last stream, I have no choice but to defend myself and also file a countersuit. I don't want to do that. If you want to start this and use this for your content, that's on you. That's on you. But again, if you do it, I have to defend myself. I have no choice. And that's you going to be going real life on me, and you're going to be known as the one that goes real life. And I'm going to be known as the one that's just defending myself when I never wanted to sue you in the first place. Okay? But I know he's probably saying that, just to kind of amp up his audience and stuff. But again, even if he does sue me, that's fine. I will defend myself. Tia says, yes, I had RSV, better now. So I'm looking that up right now. Respiratory syncytial virus, also called human respiratory syncytial virus. I can't even pronounce that. I can't pronounce that word. Is a contagious virus that causes infections of the respiratory tract. I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're doing better. God bless you, Tia. And don't worry about us when you're in the hospital. You don't need to worry about us. But if you consider us family now, then I can understand that, because, God and I consider you and several other true supporters here family. And we really love, how things have been going around here lately. Thank you so much once again, seriously. In contrast, copyright infringement revolves around the unauthorized use, reproduction, or distribution of someone else's copyrighted work with a focus on creative content such as text, images, music, or videos. Now, you do that as well, James. So you do that. Where the content theft comes in is the amount of content you're using, and also the type of content you're using. I'm using this as an example, but there are more people that are, stealing my content, creating content theft. A perfect example would be, rebroadcasting or downloading and re-uploading my members-only live streams, buying a membership for my paywall content and making it publicly available for your audience and anyone else on YouTube or Rumble or wherever else you put it to see it for free. That is called content theft. That is clearly content theft, and I feel that any judge would agree with that. And they're going to ask you, did you buy a membership, or did someone buy you a membership for you to use to rebroadcast, Eli's members only paywall live streams, to offer that to your audience for free and other people for free? That's a clear example of content theft right there. But again, I'm not planning on suing you. I don't want to ever sue you. But you said you want to sue me. So if you do sue me, I will defend myself and countersue you. And I'll tell you more about what I will countersue for in a little bit. Okay. Now let's delve into a detailed comparison with the help of the table below. This is a great table here. Let me show you this. Okay. Copyright infringement versus theft. Okay. Let's see here. Tia says, thank you. I do feel like your family. Yes, same here. Don loves you. And, we love Patty too. You and Patty are a lot alike. And, Raleigh Jones has been very supportive lately. And we appreciate you, Raleigh. Raleigh was on the members only live stream earlier. And he really enjoyed it. And he shared some stories that really, really just helped Don out a lot. It was fantastic. So check out the replay if you get a chance. Now, this chart here, there's 3 boxes, criteria, which is copyright infringement or theft. So we're comparing different criteria in this chart here regarding the difference between copyright infringement and theft. So right here, what is the definition of copyright infringement? It's unauthorized use, reproduction, or distribution of copyrighted work. Yeah, that's exactly what copyright infringement is. If you don't have someone's permission to use their content, you have limited rights under fair use to do criticism and commentary. Now, what is the definition of content theft? Unauthorized acquisition of someone else's work with the intent to deprive the owner of its benefits. So let's talk about unauthorized acquisition. Someone buying a channel membership on my channel with the intent to rebroadcast my paywalled content or re-upload my paywalled content for free to their audience where they monetarily benefit from it. That is content theft. That's exactly what I will present to the judge if anyone sues me or if I decide to sue someone. I'm never going to sue you, James. You're one I will never sue. Other people, I would, but I'm not going to sue you. I'm never going to sue you. Never. But if you sue me, I'll defend myself. Okay? And don't ask me why, I wouldn't sue you and sue other people. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to explain that. There's an absolute reason for that, and it's a good one. But I'm not going to explain it. Don't need to. So, now remember, as I scroll up here, we're not going to see. The middle one is copyright infringement. The right one is theft, okay? Types of works. When it comes to copyright infringement, it includes text, images, music, videos, and various creative works. Yeah, like what you have out here on YouTube, Rumble, or any other video site. It includes audio. Audio alone is subject to copyright. Video alone without audio is subject to copyright. And other various creative works such as images and stuff like that, right? Text, images, etc. Words, etc., right? Or lyrics, etc. Content theft theft applies primarily to digital and physical property, right? So, an example, my members only content is my digital property under a paywall that is only accessible to people that join my channel memberships. If you buy a channel membership to, exploit that for free to your audience, that's content theft right there. That is pure content theft. Okay? Mechanisms. Reproduction is for copyright. Mechanisms for copyright include reproduction, distribution, public display, adaptation without consent. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay? If you reproduce my content, distribute it, display it publicly without my consent, you have limited rights under fair use. But if you use more than small excerpts that are going to affect the actual piece of content from being able to thrive and make money and get traction, that's copyright infringement. Content theft or theft from mechanisms includes unauthorized downloads, plagiarism, and deceitful claims of ownership. Now, when it comes to unauthorized downloads, I'm going to include people rebroadcasting on StreamYard. And a lot of times, what a lot of these people will do is instead of, even if they do like a review of my entire video or a live stream replay on the replay, not live, okay, and they're using StreamYard, they're basically going to the actual video and using StreamYard to stream it out live instead of downloading it and then re-uploading it, right? Or downloading it and then, basically doing a pre-recorded video and doing your commentary, which that's the way fair use is really supposed to be, is on pre-recorded videos. The problem is what these people do with live streams in real time, So anyway, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm live on the air. Give me a second, folks. I'll be right back. Give me a second here. Okay. right, we are back live. We are back live. We are just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. I'm sorry about that, folks. Dawn needed a little help with something and wanted to take care of her real quick. She popped on into the studio room here. She says hello to everyone. She hopes you're all doing well. And she's doing well herself. Yeah, she was sleeping and she got up and she's going to be up for a little bit. She might tune in, but we'll see. But yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and head back over to the browser screen here. And we're going to continue here in just a second. And the next one, I believe we went through mechanisms. The next one is going to be impact. Okay. And let me also make sure that my sound is okay after the break. All right, we are back live. Just scratch it and get right back down to business. I'm sorry about that, folks. Not a little help with something. All right, all is well. Let's continue here. Welcome to the show, Lucy. Good morning to you. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Tia says, hi, Lucy. Lucy says, glad you're better, Tia. Tia says, thanks, Lucy. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you to the 41 people that are here. 5 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up and please share this out. And thank you again to Tia for the $10 super chat. Much love, much appreciation. Now, back to discussing the difference between copyright infringement and content theft. So what is the impact of somebody violating your copyright through copyright infringement? Potential financial losses, dilution of value. That has happened to me time and time again out here on YouTube throughout many people abusing my content more than a reasonable amount of content than fair use allows. When it comes to theft or content theft, the impact is financial loss, damage to reputation, and depreciation of unique value. Listen to this one more time. When it comes to content theft, financial loss, damage to reputation, and depreciation of unique value. I've lost a lot of money due to content theft out here because the amount of people doing it and the amount of content they've been using has definitely diluted my content to the point of where it's been very difficult for me to create my own audience and sustain it. Now, finally, after 6 years, myself and Don both finally feel we're starting to grow with a real good audience here. We appreciate that, but we would have been so much further ahead had it not been for the content theft. Okay. So I've lost a lot of potential revenue that I could have earned and would have probably earned and would have more than likely earned through super chats, super stickers, PayPal's, Cash Apps, possible sponsorships. Okay. Ad revenue with more views and stuff like that. So that's all part of my case there. If I ever, decided to take someone to court, which I really don't want to take anyone to court, but I'm definitely never taking you. I'm never suing you, Jamie. But if you sue me, like you said in your show, I have to defend myself, right? Legal framework. Legal framework. Governed by copyright laws. Legal framework when it comes to copyright infringement. Governed by copyright laws granting exclusive rights to the creator. So I have exclusive rights to my content because everything I use, I either have a license for to use, like the YouTube audio library grants you a license to use their royalty-free music. Okay. And it's my content, and I have exclusive rights to it. Now, YouTube is allowed to revenue share with us, and we grant YouTube a YouTube license to, have our content out here. But besides that, the creators on YouTube have exclusive rights to their content. Okay. Content theft or theft in regards to legal framework is governed by laws related to property, intellectual property, and fraud. Okay. So when you look at that, property could be digital property. My content is digital property. It's my digital property. Intellectual property is, for example, that would be my images. People that use my images, that is me. You automatically get a copyright on your own image or any image you create. And that is considered intellectual property. And then fraud. Okay? And fraud speaks for itself. I don't have to go into that. You folks know what fraud is. Okay? Now, as far as enforcement, okay? As far as enforcement goes, for copyright infringement, takedown notices, legal action, and seeking damages as common avenues. You can file a DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, a copyright takedown notice, like you can on YouTube. If necessary, you can also take legal action. You can sue someone in the U.S. in small claims copyright court, but then the person you're suing has 60 days to opt out, and they typically will. If they know you can't afford, federal copyright court, or they know you're not going to take them to federal copyright court. But primarily, copyright infringement is handled through federal copyright court. And in order to sue someone in a federal copyright court, you need to have a copyright certificate on anything you're suing for. That's a requirement. In small claims, I believe it's not a requirement. Okay? Now, when it comes to content theft regarding enforcement, legal action, penalties, and restitution are common responses. So, you can take legal action for content theft just like you can with copyright infringement. And there are penalties and restitution if you can prove damages that, people deliberately use your content to benefit from it while harming you at the same time. Then that's what that is about. And what I've been more so dealing with out here on YouTube is content theft on top of copyright infringement. Okay? Prevention strategies. Yeah. We already know there's a rebroadcast going on, and we're in progress of filing the DMCA on that, just so you folks know. And Don has another laptop in the other room, so we'll handle that. People want to keep on playing games, they can keep on playing games. We're going to do what we have to do to protect our content. Now, prevention strategies when it comes to copyright infringement, you can use watermarks, secure platforms, clear copyright policies. The secure platforms, I got my content behind a paywall. All these people do is they buy a membership or someone buys it for them, and then they still steal the paywall content. Clear copyright policies don't mean shit. People violate them all the time because they get away with them until you hold them accountable, right? When it comes to content theft, prevention strategies, vigilance in securing property and storage. Okay? I've done everything I can to try to protect my content. I've been very vigilant. Okay? And people are still, stealing my content. So that's the difference between copyright infringement and, content theft. Let's continue here. This table provides a snapshot of the key distinctions between copyright infringement and theft, offering a quick reference for your understanding. Okay. Give me a second here, folks. Give me a second here, folks. All right. All right. It's all good. So again, this table provides a snapshot of the key distinctions between copyright infringement and theft, offering a quick reference for your understanding. It was a really good job. That's a really good breakdown. And yeah, go ahead and search this article on Google if you want to see it. Copyright infringement versus content theft. Just type that in, it'll come up towards the top there. Now let's provide examples to illustrate the differences. Okay, so we're gonna see what examples they're sharing here and share our thoughts. Imagine someone taking a photographer's digital image and using it on their website without obtaining permission. Right. Just like, this is what upset. I'm going to talk more about this during the second part of the show, but this is exactly what the Coach Eli channel that I know you run those channels, James. I know you run them. There's no one that has the tenacity that is putting those channels to share that information on the community tabs than yourself. I know you're running that channel. It's either you or other people you work closely with, but I think it's you. It's you. You're trying to do that. There's a certain reason. I'll share more about that during the second part of the show. Okay. This constitutes copyright infringement as it involves the unauthorized use of the photographer's copyrighted work, the digital image, without proper licensing or consent. Right. And it's also confusing people regarding the person that owns the copyright. It's confusing people from doing business with the person that owns the copyright. That's the problem right there. It creates a massive confusion, and it's also potentially taking revenue away from the copyright owner or holder, and the other person is probably making money using your own works, which is not right. Okay. In a separate scenario, consider a situation where a hacker gains unauthorized access to a digital file containing proprietary, I can't even talk. Let's start that again. In a separate scenario, consider a situation where a hacker gains unauthorized access to a digital file containing proprietary software code. Right. Right. That's huge right there. That is theft right there. That's big time theft. Theft for me, the best example once again, is somebody paying money to gain access to my members only paywall content and then using that content in its entirety, to sell that to their audience, to let their audience view that for free and to sell that to their audience and gain donations and possible ad revenue and other money regarding it. That is content theft right there. Absolutely content theft. These examples aim to highlight the distinctions, the first illustrating copyright infringement through the use of protected content, and the second showcasing theft involving the unauthorized acquisition of digital property. So it's one thing to, take someone's, public videos out here on YouTube, and another thing to buy a membership to, exploit their paywall content and use it to broadcast it and keep it publicly available for free to other people for your own monetary gain. Like, that's not right. That is theft right there. That is clearly theft. Okay, let me check out the chat here real quick. Okay, nothing going on in the chat. Now let's delve into each aspect to gain a deeper insight into these concepts. What is copyright infringement? Copyright infringement is the unauthorized use, reproduction, or distribution of someone else's copyrighted work. Yeah, that clearly states it. I mean, we all know that. You use someone's content for whatever reason, unless it's a small portion under fair use for the purpose of commentary, criticism, educational value. If it's not that, then it's copyright infringement. Okay. In more detailed terms, it involves a broad spectrum of creative assets ranging from written content and visual images to musical compositions and video productions. So it covers all this stuff. It involves stuff you write. You can write lyrics for a song, write a poem, visual images. If I take a picture of my dog and it gets re-uploaded somewhere else, that's copyright infringement. Musical compositions, songs, and videos. They're all covered under copyright infringement, right? As creators dedicated to our craft, we invest significant time and passion into developing unique and original content, and unauthorized use can feel like a breach of trust. Well, I've been putting in a ton of work into my business, my brand, my live streams, my videos, etc. And lots of people out here on YouTube, there's a few that do it at a greater level, but lots of people out here on YouTube have been, abusing my content, abusing my copyright, and stealing my content, which is content theft. Okay? It sucks. It sucks. You work hard and other people are benefiting and making more money off your content than you. That's not right. And that's, part of what you would bring into, a case regarding content theft. Okay. Now let's dissect the mechanisms of infringement. Okay, let's do that. Copyright infringement can occur through reproduction, distribution, public display, or even adaptation of an original work without consent from the copyright holder. Right. So, you can reproduce the video. It's still copyright infringement. Okay. You distribute it as a whole or even parts of it without commentary. Okay. That's infringement. Public display or even adaptation. So, if you transform it, I believe that means like if you even transform it, you can only transform it to a certain extent or, with a limited amount. If you use more than a small amount of someone's content and they sue you in copyright court, depending on what the judge says, you are infringing. You could be and more than likely are infringing. Imagine someone using your content without permission. Not a pleasant thought, right? Well, yeah, of course it's not. I've been dealing with this garbage for 6 years out here. I'm trying to get it to stop. In essence, copyright infringement is not just about legal rights and financial repercussions. It's about preserving the integrity of artistic expression and maintaining the trust established within the creative community. Yeah, a lot of people don't have morals, values, and ethics nowadays. They don't have integrity. They don't care who they have to hurt to make money to pay for their livelihood. And quite frankly, forget about all the legal stuff. That just makes you a really shitty person. And the fact that you're a really shitty person, I know deep within irks you. And I'm talking about that in general, not one specific person or not one group of people. I'm saying that in general. It's a call for creators to ensure that their work is respected and utilized responsibly within the digital landscape. Yeah. No, it absolutely is. I've been fighting for this for many, many years now. Many years now. And it's nowhere near over because people just won't stop. Right? Now let's talk about, what is theft? So what is theft or content theft? Theft in the context of intellectual property involves the unauthorized acquisition of someone else's work with the intent to deprive the owner of its rightful benefits. So our channel members here on YouTube, for example, are paying money to access that content that otherwise would not be available publicly, right? When someone comes in and purchases a membership with the intent to rebroadcast that while it's live, if we do a live stream under members only, or if it's a members only pre-recorded piece of content or a live stream replay, them using that content in any way, shape, or form is content theft. They purchased that membership with the intent to steal the members only content, which devalues the members only content. And I'll tell you, any judge that hears this is going to be like, yeah, it is content theft. And, how do you prove it, Eli? Well, I've actually downloaded videos of where you folks were reviewing my members only live stream in its entirety. That's enough right there. That's enough to prove to a judge that you guys purchased the channel membership with the intent to steal my content, aka content theft. Bottom line. So again, all I'm saying is this: I don't really want to sue anyone, and I definitely will never sue you, Jamie. But if you decide to sue me, then I will be forced again to defend myself, and it's going to be a content theft countersuit with more. There'll be defamation of character involved there. Content theft with the intent to, bully, harass, and defame my character to bring more value to your drama entertainment shit show. That's all it boils down to, right? So all I'm saying is it would probably be in your best benefit to not sue me. You can if you want. If you want to sue me, no problem. Go ahead and file the paperwork. Have me served. Have someone serve me in whatever way you want to serve me. Use the serving process for content. Do what you got to do. But at that point, you're going to force me to defend myself and file a countersuit. I have to. I don't want to, but I have to. I'd rather handle this on YouTube. I'd rather handle this the right way, the ways I've been handling it. Just asking you guys to stop. That's it. And if I have to file a copyright every now and then, if you leave some stuff up and I can copyright strike it or flag it down, I will. And if not, whatever, right? But yeah, I'm losing money from people that might potentially purchase a membership if they're curious what's going on members only. Even people that hate me that are going to watch these rebroadcasts elsewhere of my members only content, even though they hate me, some of them might purchase a membership just out of curiosity. I'm being deprived of that revenue. That is content theft. That'll be very, very, very easy to prove. Traditionally associated with physical property, in the digital age, theft manifests through several characteristics, including unauthorized downloads, plagiarism, and deceptive claims of ownership. So in this case, what would apply to me is unauthorized downloads. Now, they're not technically downloading it. What they're doing is using StreamYard and the Chrome browser and clicking on the audio tab to either screen record the content, because when it comes to members only content, YouTube does not allow you to download it. So you have to screen record it using either OBS or using, which is what I use, Open Broadcast Software, or using StreamYard, which is going through StreamYard's servers, which makes StreamYard liable for this too. That's why I could still bring StreamYard into this. I can subpoena StreamYard, I can subpoena Rumble, I can subpoena YouTube, and have them provide information proving content theft. I don't want to go there. I don't want to sue anyone. I really don't. If I have to, I will, but one person I won't sue you, James. I won't. I'm not. There's a reason for that, and I'm not going to mention that reason. There's a reason for that. I'm not going to mention that reason. You can try to figure it out, but it's not what you think. Not what you think. Okay? I'll go ahead and tell you again. Here's the reason. I did mention it, so I might as well say it. I don't want to be known as the guy that went real life on you. I'm not going to go real life on you. I'm going to handle this like a grown-ass, mature man out here on YouTube. What happens on YouTube stays on YouTube. If you want to go real life and be known as the one that goes real life, then go real life, file the paperwork, serve me, use it as content, because that's what you'll do. I'll use it as content too. And I will file a countersuit. And I will defend myself because I'll be forced to do it. The choice is yours, bro. The choice is yours. Okay? Lucy says, he's sounding like that other person always wanted to sue someone. Well, yeah, they do that because it makes their fake instigated drama content appear more damning, and it basically amps up their audience to want to donate more. These people are very good at amping up people's emotions to get them to open up their pocketbook. That's what they do. And they say, well, I'm going to need an attorney to, sue Eli. So I need the Eli suing attorney fund, right? That's what's going to happen. What's coming next is the Eli sue Eli attorney fund or legal case fund, right? And then the case never happens, but the money's still there. And the people basically, are getting taken for their money. And then they still don't say anything. It's just unbelievable, right? I mean, I might as well start a fund saying this is the Eli taking a shit fund or something like that. Like, come on. All right. Unauthorized downloads involve the acquisition of digital content without the creator's consent. Plagiarism, on the other hand, entails the replication of creative works without proper attribution or authorization. Yeah, I really haven't really dealt with plagiarism. Plagiarism is typically for books and stuff like that, like written works. Okay? Maybe songwriting and stuff like that. But I really haven't dealt with plagiarism out here on YouTube. It's been more so unauthorized downloads, or in the case of these people, they use programs like StreamYard to capture like my members only content, which you can't even download. YouTube won't let you download it. So they use StreamYard to basically capture an unauthorized copy. Additionally, deceitful claims of ownership involve individuals falsely asserting ownership over creative works that aren't their own, that are not their own. Yeah. So, you technically, when you create something under fair use, you still really, you're not the owner of that content. You are using something that you consider as fair use. And the only place that can decide what's fair use or not is either the Small Claims Copyright Court or the Federal Copyright Court. Okay? The consequences of theft closely mirror those of copyright infringement. The aftermath includes not only financial losses, but also significant damage to your reputation as a creator, right? Do you want to be known as a creator that, was taken down for content theft, or is now dealing with, criminal content thief allegations, or getting convicted of that? Like, this is serious stuff. That's all I'm saying. How is the legal framework and enforcement structured for both cases? Okay. Hey, Jason, how you doing? Jason says, hi, Eli in chat. Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Now, let's take a closer look at the legal aspects of these matters. The legal framework set up to address copyright infringement and theft is like a protective shield for creators like yourself. Okay. I'd like to think that. It really hasn't protected me that well. There's a lot of flaw in copyright law. There are a lot of flaws in copyright law, which is what I'm trying to say. But let's continue. Copyright law gives you special rights over your work, and breaking these rules can lead to legal consequences. They can, but it's a pain in the ass to sue someone, and you have to go through a lot of red tape. There has to be a better way, which is what I thought Small Claims Copyright Court was going to be regarding the Case Act. But even if you sue someone in Small Claims Copyright Court, they have 60 days to opt out, and they're going to do it every time. So what's the point, right? For copyright infringement, when it comes to enforcing these laws, there are various methods in play. One common approach is sending out takedown notices. Yeah, but then people can file a counter notification and claim fair use, and then you either have to sue them within 10 business days, or the video gets reinstated. And then it's like nothing happened. Then the creator you took down for violating your copyright says, ooh, Eli tried to take me down and I got my video back and blah, blah, blah. Right? When a copyright owner discovers unauthorized use of their work, they can send a takedown notice to the party responsible, whether it's an individual or an online platform. This notice serves as a formal request to remove the infringing content promptly. Now, here's the thing. Yes, that is true, and we all do that on YouTube, and that's how it's supposed to work. But people play the system, like I said, so let's move on. However, if the issue persists despite the takedown notice, legal action becomes a more compelling recourse. But it's hard to take legal action, like I said. The system is flawed. And these people that, abuse copyright or steal your content, aka content theft, they know that. They know what they can get away with. This involves taking the matter to court. The copyright owner can file a lawsuit against the infringing party seeking legal remedies and resolution. But for small creators, it's really not possible, or rarely possible. Courts may issue injunctions ordering the removal of the infringing content and can also rule on the payment of damages to compensate for the harm caused. Yeah, that you would think that's what's supposed to happen, but again, the whole process is hard to even initiate for small creators. Speaking of damages, if a court determines that the infringement has resulted in financial or reputational harm to the copyright owner, they may award damages to compensate for these losses. Yeah, slander, defamation of character, right? Stuff like that. Okay. The amount of damages can vary based on factors such as the extent of the infringement, the financial impact on the copyright owner, and any profits gained by the infringing party. So here's the thing, James. Listen to this line here, okay? The amount of damages can vary based on factors such as the extent of the infringement, the financial impact on the copyright owner. This has impacted me severely financially. And any profits gained by the infringing party. How much money have you made using my content? Using entire portions of my live streams, right? That you're going to claim to be fair use. But what would a judge say about that? Are you willing to roll the dice and sue me and have me countersue you, because you're going to force me to countersue you to defend myself if you sue me? Are you willing to roll the dice that every piece of content that you created and made money using my content is considered fair use? Are you willing to roll the dice on that? That's what I'm asking you. Okay? The main goal here is to rectify the infringement, halt unauthorized use, and provide compensation for any adverse effects suffered by the copyright owner. Yeah, nothing really more to say about that. That just speaks for itself, I've suffered plenty. Many people have suffered from people doing this kind of stuff. So, yeah. Now we're getting to the bottom of this. For theft, let me check out the chat here real quick. Lucy says, hi, Jason. Jason says, Lucy with the smiley emoji. Got 5 likes. Please smash the thumbs up. 41 in the box. Please share this out. For theft, in cases of theft, which traditionally involves the unlawful taking of physical property, the legal framework typically revolves around property and criminal laws rather than copyright statutes. So content theft is more regarding property, like personal property or property in general, and criminal laws rather than copyright statutes. Okay, here's where you could potentially sue someone outside of copyright court, for this as content theft. Enforcing laws against theft often engages law enforcement agencies and the criminal justice system. Yeah, so technically, I guess what I would have to do is, if I wanted to press charges of content theft, I would have to file a report with the police, and, they would have to take that report. And I'll tell you, I could easily do that. I could file a report online with Redwood City Police, and that there would be the start to, more so like a criminal type of case of content theft. Unlike copyright infringement, which primarily falls under civil law, theft can result in criminal charges depending on the severity of the offense. Now, here's the thing. I'm not looking to, go criminal against anyone. All I want is for people to stop abusing my content, move on, stop, like rebroadcasting my members only live streams. Just stop the garbage. Okay? That's all I want. But if people continue to take money out of my pocket and make it next to impossible for me to run my business out here, I have to do what I have to do to take care of this for my future, my girlfriend Dawn's future, and the future of my family and my business and what I'm building for myself, Dawn, and everyone else. Okay? Now, criminal consequences may include fines, probation, or imprisonment, reflecting the gravity of the act. Yeah, it would involve money, probation, possibly jail time. Like, honestly, who in their right mind would want to, use someone's content to the level of where it becomes a criminal act, right? Who in their right mind would want to do that? I just don't get it. In my view, while going the legal route is a powerful tool, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Prevention is equally, if not more important. And that's all I'm trying to do is prevent this. I'm doing everything I can to protect my content, but there's only so much I can do. Just like with Rumble, they don't respond to most of their DMCA takedown requests. So I got to take other action against them. And I am serious about, suing Rumble. If I can find an attorney that's willing to take my case based on contingency, I'm going to do it. I'm not joking. This is serious. Think of it like locking your front door to avoid burglars. Similarly, protecting your content involves proactive measures. I've done all that. I've done everything I can to protect my content, and people keep finding ways around it. I've done everything I can. What more can you do? How can you keep burglars out of using your content on a public platform when it's publicly available? Or if it's under a paywall, they can buy a membership and redistribute it for free and make more money from their audience than you're making on your content while distributing it for free publicly and devaluing, your content and possibly upsetting your members for this happening. Now, fortunately, our channel members understand this and they just ignore it and they're there to support us, right? But not everyone is as nice as our members happen to be. And Don and I are very grateful and thankful for that. You can use watermarks kind of like a signature on your work to show it's yours. Choosing secure platforms for sharing your creations adds an extra layer of protection. Watermarks, I've got a watermark already on my video. I'm probably going to change it. There are some things I'm going to do to make it more difficult for people to reuse my stuff. But when you put watermarks, what these people do is they block that out, right? So I got to come up with something creative to the point of where, I'll put watermarks everywhere. Maybe I'll put watermarks on the entire screen. So they'll have to just do audio only at that point. Additionally, being crystal clear about your copyright policy sets expectations for how your work can and cannot be used. Well, I've been very reasonable, but other people are very unreasonable. You cannot reason with unreasonable people. So that right there, yeah, listen, in a perfect world, that makes sense. This is not a perfect world. It's far from it. In essence, while the law is there to support you, taking steps up front to guard your creative endeavors can go a long way in maintaining a secure and respectful digital space for your work. Okay. And I'm not going to read I'm not going to read the rest of this here. There's some FAQs there, frequently asked questions. If you want to see this article, just Google search copyright infringement versus theft, how to tell them apart, or just copyright infringement versus theft. You'll see it come up towards the top, and check it out. All right. So, Lucy, I'm gonna read your questions when I get back. I'm gonna answer what you're saying regarding, wear me down. That's not the case. That's how it appears, but that's not the case. I'll tell you exactly what it is after the break. And take another break, and then we're going to go to the second part of the show and talk about more fake instigated drama. Jamie's back to rebroadcasting on his owning Eli channel. And he's making it sound like, I just couldn't move on. So he started rebroadcasting me. I did move on, but he didn't. And I'm going to tell you what happened, and he's going to deny it, which is what he does. He's the owner of a bunch of soccer accounts. He's shifted around his content to try to protect his main channels, especially his monetized channel, from being removed, because people are paying him lots of money on the monetized channel. They have lots of memberships there. And if his channel goes down, the next payout for Google AdSense is like in a couple of days. If he makes it through a couple of days, he will get his first payment, which is going to be a small one because he got monetized towards the end of last month. But there's a lot more money that's been made through this circumventing account that's using someone else's AdSense account to be monetized. And, he has to make it through July 20th or so, another month, or he loses he's probably got about $1,500 in there in June. And he won't get that till around July 20th or the 21st. But we'll talk more about that after the break. Let's go ahead and cue up some royalty-free YouTube music. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for 5-6 minute break or so, and then we'll return with the second part of the show. Stick around. We'll be right. Oh, go back to full screen, Eli. right, we are back live. We are just going to scratch and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but we also keep it very raw and real at the same time. So some things transpired during the break. I'm going to share that information here in just a few. And then we're going to talk about a few other things, and then we're going to call it a show. I'm going to go back and get some rest and then come back later, probably for a walk. And yeah, we're just going to keep on moving forward, creating our content out here. I still haven't shaved my beard. I need to shave my beard. Maybe I shouldn't shave it because it's been really good luck for me. But anyway, it doesn't matter. No big deal. It is what it is, right? Let me just make sure that the audio sounds good before we continue. Scratch and get right back down to business. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. All right. We're all good. So, DBD, I don't have to say his full channel name. He actually changed his YouTube channel and then changed it back, and he's just been doing some really weird stuff. He's rebroadcasting me on Rumble. He also I guess, put out my members only live stream from last night on his Rumble. So you are creating more content theft, DBD. And I guess, you're upset because people called you a liar regarding the fake attempt to end your life. It was a fake ploy. And, here's the thing, DBD. If you want to sue me, go right ahead and sue me. I'm gonna tell you the same thing, DBD. I'm gonna tell you. If you feel that you want to sue me, I'm not gonna sue you. I'm not gonna go real life like you're threatening to do and many others have. If you want to go real life on me, and if you want to sue me for whatever you think you can sue me for, which is nothing, that is fine. Go ahead and file your suit in your country. Find a way to file a lawsuit against someone in a different country. I'm sure you can do it. I know you can, but it's going to be a lot of red tape. Okay, have me served. And then at that point, you're going to force me to defend myself. And I will file a countersuit and appear by video, because I'm not going to fly I'm not going to fly overseas for this. That's not going to happen. But I will defend myself. I'll file a countersuit, content theft, which is what you're doing. I've got all the videos downloaded of you stealing my members-only content. You paid for a membership, and you are stealing my members-only content, and you are providing my members-only paywall content for free to the general public, right? That's another reason why, I'm going to be dealing with Rumble regarding this. So I don't plan on coming after you. But if you decide to sue me, go right ahead. I will defend myself. I will also countersue for intentional infliction of emotional distress, harassment, bullying, whatever else I could throw in there. I don't want to go that route. But see, you want to sit here and run your mouth on the internet. Number one, you got run off of YouTube because I put 2 copyright strikes on you because you kept on stealing my content. So there's my proof right there. I've got 2 copyright strikes on you, right? And now you're going to Rumble to further try to avoid being taken down. Why? What's the real reason, DBD? Are you jealous of me? What is the real reason why you're doing this? You're wasting your time and your days, and you're probably not even making any money doing this. What is the point? If you're not making money doing this, DBD, then you're doing it with the intention to harm me. Okay? And that's something I can countersue you for too. Now, I don't want to. I don't plan on suing. I don't want to sue anyone. If I have to sue someone, I will. But I'm not planning on suing you or suing Jamie or some other people. if I was going to sue someone, I would sue the lowest hanging fruit. You know why? Because they're the least person that would expect being sued, right? And it would set the example, right? And they would also be the least prepared, right? Now I know people in this group would help anyone, but I don't want to, sue anyone. But you guys want to threaten to sue everyone. It's like you guys make this big deal with your fake instigated drama content of I'm going to sue him and this and that, and then you got people in your chat saying that I'm afraid of you. I'm not afraid of any of you. I'm not afraid of any of you at all. You want me to think or believe that I'm afraid of you folks, and I'm not afraid of anyone. No one at all. All I'm going to do is defend myself if you folks take action for whatever reason you feel you have the right to take action on. I mean, do what you got to do, and then I'll have to do what I have to do. Jason says, DVD's a joke. Move on, dude. Yeah, he is. He's an absolute joke. He's taking about 15 to 20 of my viewers, but that's okay. I don't really care. Tia says, what's his problem? He is mad, so let's act childish. No, he's a very jealous and insecure and immature grown adult. That's all it is. Disabled or not, it doesn't matter. This guy is just acting like a fool. And he's doing it because he's seeking acceptance and relevancy from that group of people. Tia says, hi, Jason. Lucy says, Eli, seems to me they are trying to just wear you down. They're not wearing me down at all. Actually, the more they talk about me, the more I grow. Like the bottom line is this whole thing is creating what's called the reversal of the Streisand effect, right? So again, I thought they were all going to move on, but I more than likely knew they weren't going to do it because when they talk about anyone besides me, they get very little traction, including Jamie. So they're back to talking about me. So we're going to call it out and grow off of that. We're still going to create other content on the channels here, my channels along with Don. But hey, I mean, if they want to keep talking about me and making me more relevant, that's great. I'm going to just keep sharing how dumb the things they're doing are. That's it. So it's all good, DVD. Carry on. Do what you got to do. I'm going to handle this with Rumble. I'm not interested in dealing with you. But if you want to sue me for whatever you want to sue me for, I will countersue you for everything I mentioned. And I heard that the laws in your country are very strict. And by the way, there's somebody that's reached out to me from your country that's willing to help me if I want to go legal towards you. But I don't want to. I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't care to do that. Right? So, DVD, do what you got to do. Either take action or just move on. That's all, dude. Jason says, it's exhausting and time-consuming going legal. These people need to get a life. They all need to get a life. The only play these people have, I have nothing to respond to Eli or other people that are just, doing the right thing. So because we can't knock Eli or other creators down, we're going to threaten to sue them. I'm going to go legal on Eli, or I'm going to go legal on somebody else, right? Cut it out. That's your content. I mean, wow. I mean, grown as adults, it's like whatever, right? Now, I want to talk about Jamie for a little bit here. Here's the thing, James. Look, you reinserted yourself because, first of all, I knew you never stopped. Everything you do is a ploy for fake instigated drama. So basically, you were looking to find any excuse to try to make me appear like I violated some deal that never existed. Okay. And you are the owner of the Cuck Eli series of channels. There's no one else that I know amongst all the group of people you're associated with or people that hate me that have the hatred towards me like you do or have the desire to come at me like you have with all those Cuck Eli channels, right? Now, the reason why you rebroadcasted me yesterday was because I started filing copyright takedowns on the Cuck Eli series of channels. I filed one on CE. I'm going to call it CE, okay? CE4, I filed a copyright takedown. On CE2, I filed a copyright takedown. On the main channel, CE Elias Melas, okay, with an ASS at the end of my first name and last name, right? I filed a copyright takedown on a video there, and also an image you used of our dog here, Bochi, right? I also exposed to the public that people can easily now file copyright takedown notices on images, which upsets you because part of your game of triggering people is downloading and re-uploading other people's images and defacing them and saying they're parody and trying to say it's fair use, and it's not. You're realizing now you could lose your channels over your community postings. So it's affected the game that you've been playing to keep your audience entertained, right? So because of all of that, and then me saying it's you, it is you, James. It is you that runs those channels. There's no one else that has the vested interest of doing that besides yourself. No one else. No one else. Okay? No one else can tag people as fast as you. Okay? No one else is benefiting from it as much as you are. That's all. Bottom line, and the story. But you want to go to your audience and say, well, Eli reinserted himself and accused me of being the CE channel, the CE groups of channels. It's you. It's you and your group that's running that. Every time a rebroadcast happens, you share that on the CE channel, the CE main channel, right? Every single time. And you do it there because you want to make it appear like you're not doing it on your main channels. What you're trying to do is protect your main channels while still circumventing. And while someone else bought you or someone else signed up for you a Google AdSense account to get one of your circumventing channels monetized, right? So you're trying to protect that monetized channel on the doctor channel, whatever you have. And then you have the general Legion channel. You're trying to protect that as well, right? So that's what you're doing. You never stopped coming at me. You shifted it off to a sock account that you're trying to say is not you, but it is you. It is you. Now, you're saying you want to sue me again, right? You're saying, I'm not saying again. Once again, to reiterate what I said earlier on, you say you want to sue me, right? Sue me for what? Defamation of character or slander or whatever, right? Okay. I mean, seriously, dude. Seriously, dude. You were so triggered, and you're so triggered right now over the fact that you're saying that it's because I'm accusing you of being the owner of the CE channels, right? The truth of the matter is you're triggered because I have 2 copyright strikes on the main CE channel, and I'm starting to take down videos from the other CE channels. Now, if you noticed, I haven't filed copyrights on any of your other channels because, see, technically, you're trying to play it up like you're not the owner of the CE channels, but you are. Jason says Jay needs to dig deep and create his own content instead of stealing Eli's content. Right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah, you're triggered because this is the second time I'm almost taken down your Coach Eli, Elias, Melas channel, right? That's why you're triggered. You're trying to say, oh, I'm triggered because he's accusing me of being the owner of those channels. Now, that wouldn't piss you off. But what piss you off is having to dance around eggshells with those sock channels that people know about so you can share information about where the rebroadcasts are at, right? And if you admit that those are your channels, then in essence, you're admitting to doing things that are affecting my copyright and content theft, right? Now, forget about that. I don't want to sue you. I'm never going to sue you, but you're threatening to sue me, right? And this is all one big chaotic mess. One big chaotic mess that you're doing on purpose because that's your content that your audience pays you for, right? I'm not even going to mention your sponsor anymore. I'm done. Forget about the sponsor. Forget about the sponsor, right? Forget about the sponsor, right? Let's just talk about you. And by the way, I saw, Brian on his Wise Night Owl WNO channel, the original one. He made a community posting 8 days ago saying that he's not silicone, whatever. Why would you even, if you're not around anymore, Brian, why would you even post on your channel saying you're not that person? That more so proves that you're around. Because you responded to it, Brian, on your actual channel that I still have the link to. So, when is this all going to end, dude? Because the bottom line is with you, it never ends. Because you don't want it to end. Because ending it, even for the right reasons, it puts you out of business. Your numbers tanked when you stopped talking about me. Right? Your numbers tanked when you started talking about me. Right? And you saw my numbers go way up. So you're like, oh, I can't let this happen. I got to hold on to the Coach Eli haters, so I got to go back to doing this Eli stuff. Because if I just move on, he'll just run with it, right? I'm going to run with it regardless, right? I'm going to run with it regardless. But at what point is this going to get old? Okay? You put out a community posting. I think it was 3 days ago. You asked people, you said, since I'm not moving on with my content, should you go back to restreaming me? And 56% said, nah, ice him out forever. 35% says, yes, he doesn't deserve the grace. 9% says, no, just keep debunking him fair use style. So the majority voted against icing me out. Your own audience wants you to ice me out. That poll is still publicly available on your channel. So you're going against the wishes of your members or your audience, right? What's the point of that poll if you're not going to do what the poll states, right? Well, it was just a poll to get traction. That's all it boils down to. You were never going to leave the Coach Eli thing alone. I could do everything perfect and you still would do the same thing. You need me for your content. You need me for your content. Forget about the sponsor. Let's say your sponsor goes away, right? Let's say you have no sponsor. You need me for your content because that's your primary audience. Bottom line. You need me. And here's the thing. No matter what you do, the sheer fact alone that you know deep down inside, whether you admit it or not, you know that you're live and die Coach Eli content. You know your entire purpose and an entire legacy out here on YouTube and the way you've made most of your money has been Coach Eli content. That should be enough to drive you crazy, knowing that you cannot be successful without using my name, my likeness, my brand, my girlfriend Dawn, or anything to do with myself or Dawn. Now, we should be honored by that, and we kind of are. We kind of are honored by it. But if it's going to affect us from growing out here and making money with our own content, all right, we got to do what we got to do. And I'm choosing to handle it YouTube style and continue raising awareness. And eventually more and more people will get tired of hearing the same thing over and over and over again. And then they're going to come over here and buy memberships, right? And you also have to think of it this way. You are on borrowed time. Your channels will eventually go down for circumvention, including your monetized channel. I can tell you, you're probably going to make it through the next few days. It seems like you're going to make it through the next few days and get a payout for a week or so of when you got monetized in May. But you got the whole month of June. You have a lot of money in there. You got to make it one more month without getting shut down to get a large amount of money that's in that AdSense account of whoever owns that. All I'm doing is sharing the news and teaching people how to further protect themselves in regards to copyright infringement versus content theft. That's all. I'm also making my audience aware of why you and your group of people are doing what they're doing. That's all. That's all. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to, turn this off once I'm done, and I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to have breakfast or lunch with my lady. I'll probably do a walk later on. You guys will probably continue to rebroadcast and whatever. We're handling that in different ways. And we've got a core group of people here that support Don and I, and we're focused on that. And we're going to keep focusing on that, and we're going to continue to slowly grow. We've got about 40 members now. We're going to grow to 50, 60 members, and then 100 members. And at that point, it's more so not going to matter. It already doesn't matter. But you keep talking about me, and you keep, confusing my audience and confusing other people that want to be a part of it over here. So that's why I keep responding and sharing what's going on. So do what you got to do, bro. But know that deep within, you are living with the stigma that you're live and die on my content. You just can't let me go. You can't. You can't let me go. Even JD Gunner let me go. Everyone else has let me go besides you, right? Everyone else has let me go besides you. And you're hanging on tight like for dear life. You're hanging on to Coach Eli tightly for dear life, right? And again, Don and I are honored by that, but I mean, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Do you not want to create something that you can be proud of yourself? Tia says, you all have a good day. Got to run. Looking forward to your walk later. Thank you, Tia. Thank you again for your $10 super chat. Much appreciated. Give me a second here, folks. All right, folks. Please smash a thumbs up. Please share this out. We're leaving 36 people in the box. Thank you to the people that are here. Give me a second here. Little kids playing games. This whole thing. What makes this whole thing really sad is that you got a group of grown-ass adults that are making it their daily task to make content on me, instead of focusing on creating something for themselves that they can leave a legacy behind on, right? Like, what can they say? Like, what are people going to say when they die? What are they going to be remembered for? I was one of the people that rebroadcasted Eli's live streams and attacked him on YouTube every day. Like, what kind of legacy are you going to leave behind if you don't create something that's your own? All right, folks, I'm going to get going. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.